Voltaire, Bucharest, 5 August 1977. Voltaire, French philosopher and writer, silver white with a triangle and a brilliant light in its center. Layer 6. We ask the blessing of the Heavenly Father to speak this evening with François-Marie Voltaire, the great French philosopher and writer of the 18th century. Veronica, the path of light has opened. Two figures have appeared clearly, Calumnus and Voltaire. Voltaire's head is uncovered. He has a short beard and is dressed in garments similar to those of Calumnus. He is remarkably handsome, a princely kind of beauty. Calumnus, the name of pure aspirations, may the one who receives your invitation and approves it bless you. He has permitted the opening of the path for our honored guest. Last night the path opened, and then closed again, because we know how to preserve our instrument, so that it may serve for a longer time. The wear does not come from speaking with us. Rather, because you are still surrounded by earthly responsibilities and the needs of the physical body, the garment of the working being naturally grows weary. Therefore, this evening, the one whom you have long desired to meet shall speak to you, Voltaire. In the name of the beauty of truth, I ask for a blessing upon your intentions, from the great force that blesses all those who seek to know the higher stages of the beautiful ascent. In our world, we know all those who, while still living upon earth, long to understand what has remained written by thinkers, philosophers, artists, and seekers of truth, even when they cannot fully penetrate those writings, because they do not possess the opportunities that you have been granted. I do not say that your efforts are without merit, but understand, this opportunity is not primarily your own achievement. It belongs to the one who has permitted, at your request, the opening of the path of knowledge and conversation. Those who penetrate through the third eye also receive a divine gift, yet their merit is often even greater, because they must labor far more intensely. I do not say this to discourage you, but so that you may glorify the one who has granted you such ease in entering the spiritual worlds. I know that what is being given to you is very little, infinitely little. Yet if you unite what has already been written with what you now receive through these conversations, you will be able to construct, at least in part, what you sense exists within the light of truth. Indeed, you already possess an enormous treasure left behind by each of us. I sometimes wonder why your curiosity still urges you to know even more. Do you imagine that we could describe realities which your own minds cannot yet comprehend? Even if you understand our words, those around you may not. More than that, you could provoke a war of contradictions, bringing down upon yourselves a storm of attacks and accusations, leaving you bewildered, unsure which direction to take. But why do I tell you this? The truth is this: the one who permits the opening of this path and our conversations possesses enough warriors to defend this work. They wield flaming swords, striking unexpectedly at the adversary. Whoever has no enemies has never occupied a position worthy of becoming immortal, for as long as the earth continues to turn. There are weak souls who dissolve like a drop of water at the first trial. They accuse, they shout, declaring, if this were truly the truth, it would never be opposed by the envy of the lazy and the self-important. I am not telling you anything extraordinarily new, nor anything vastly different from what others have already said. If you examine carefully, you will discover almost the same forms and the same colors. After all, we belong to the same family through our intuition and our common insights. It is good for a man during earthly life to be, in a certain sense, an atheist, not believing too easily everything that moves. Let only the eagle of reason lift him to the mountain tops, from where he can behold how beautifully everything pure and honest moves. Hypocrites, pretenders, boastful men, and the spiritually bloated become entangled in outward forms, ignoring the stages of true ascent. They claim they are unworthy, yet believe that blind faith alone will grant them heaven, when in reality it is merely a guilty laziness. Within such dreams, hypocrisy and ignorance sit enthroned. Voltaire, when I beheld the place where I was assigned by the one whom I had sought within my own being, and saw my predecessors bathed in light, immersed in everything they had believed to be most sublime, I no longer had time to think about what I had failed to accomplish during earthly life. I was welcomed into the great family of ideas and aspirations of that realm, the place which you call the fourth heaven. There I was surrounded by love. I am loved by all those whom I myself loved. You may ask, it is a fair question. I answer you in the name of the one who has granted us the privilege of speaking together, the Lord and Master of all that exists, the great creative force. The millions of beings living upon earth, each possess their own unique essence. Each one develops or deteriorates within an inner laboratory, from which extends that extraordinarily delicate thread, the thread connecting each soul to the place. Why do people on earth not share the same interests and aspirations? From which it originally came, whether from realms nearer or farther, lower, less low, sublime, or extraordinarily elevated. Therefore we cannot accuse the one who governs the heavens and the planets, all of which move according to immutable laws, asking why one person remains at the level of the animals, while from another, ideas burst forth like the purest crystal spring flowing from the heart of a mountain. An earthly mother may give birth to many children. One might imagine they would all be alike, yet not even two are truly the same. More than that, some children have almost nothing in common with their own parents, nor even any attraction toward them, although people speak of the law of blood. Have you never wondered why such mysteries exist? They seem strange, yet let us not become entangled in matters that are difficult to decipher, or rather, which remain difficult. That is all I wish to say. George, it is well known that during most of your earthly life you were a convinced atheist. You continually criticized and ridiculed the Catholic Church. Voltaire, yes. Has it never happened to you to shake a tree covered with what appeared to be beautiful fruit, only to discover, after picking it up, that every fruit was filled with worms? That is the first explanation. The second, and with this I shall finish, is this. When you are a free thinker, without becoming proud of your own ideas, you often find yourself criticizing certain parts of the world around you, almost against your own will. Why? I shall answer. The one who guides you, when he detects the foul odor of corruption among those who claim to defend and build the truth, releases lightning and thunder through your own thoughts and your own words. That is exactly what happened to me. Everything I spoke against falsehood, pretension, and hypocrisy within the Catholic world came in this way. But if you ask me today exactly what I said, I could hardly answer. For it was not I, it was he, who spoke through the thoughts and ideas he placed within me. Who spoke? George, do you mean that you consider yourself an instrument of heaven, and that your rebukes were inspired by the very one whom you sensed, though you never wished to make a display of it? Voltaire. Exactly. My voice was not truly my own. My rebukes and my irony did not belong to me. They were planted within me. I was nothing more, exactly as you have said, than an instrument of the great source of thoughts and ideas. George, have you returned to earth since your life as Voltaire? Voltaire. No, nor do I wish to return to the earthly world, which has become so entangled in ideas and absurdities, filled with so many philosophical movements, each more obscure and more trivial than the last, that today a chaos of ideas reigns upon earth, such as has never existed before. One thing alone I know with certainty. I was in essence separated from the great body of divine thought. What I was then, that I remain today. This I know with complete clarity. George, did you have other incarnations on earth before you were Voltaire? Voltaire, I refuse to answer, not because I have something to hide, but because I do not wish to give you additional difficulties with those who will one day read your work. I tell you this openly and honestly. You will have many enemies. Many voices will be raised against you. For that reason, I do not wish my answers to make your task even more difficult. Indeed, I would gladly tell you far more, but I restrain myself. George, we would like to see your spiritual foundation. Veronica, silver white, and a luminous triangle upon his forehead. I emphasize, the triangle itself is radiant, and at its center there is a brilliant light. George, beloved Voltaire, it has been a great joy to listen to you. We solemnly promise that perhaps not now, but someday, we shall invite you again to continue our conversation. I have enjoyed your presence immensely. Voltaire, I know, I have felt it. But I do not advise you to summon me again, because I am far too outspoken. I repeat, I do not wish to endanger your work. And when I tell you this, believe me, I know exactly what I mean. George, may you be blessed in the name of the Lord and God who enlightened you and continues to enlighten you. Veronica.